Hey everyone, Elizabeth Scally here, back at you with another video regarding healing after surgery. So I had elbow surgery. I had an olecranon fracture of my elbow after falling off my bicycle, and I had surgery in the middle of August one summer. And I actually, after the surgery and during the rehabilitation phase, I had to sleep, and I've talked about this. I'll link up a video about sleeping after surgery, but I had to sleep upstairs in a guest room bed, propped up with all these pillows so that I was able to get some rest. And I would go up to bed pretty early in the evening, around 8 o'clock or so. The pain medication made me drowsy. After surgery, you need a lot of rest. I would sleep 10 hours or so a night. But when I would go up to my guest room bed, I'd have trouble falling asleep. Yes, I was groggy, and yes, I wanted to go to bed. But when I closed my eyes, I would picture my bike accident over and over again. I would replay the morning of the accident in the vision of my mental mind. I would replay the fact that I bicycled down the street, holding on to a bag of recyclables. And it was several nights of this. I would just lay there in bed thinking about and picturing falling off my bicycle. And it was the same thing over and over. 3 nights in a row, 4 nights in a row, and some nights waking up from sort of a dream or even a nightmare of falling off the bicycle. So what did I do and what helped? Well, for me, and so I encourage you to try this to see if it helps you. If you find yourself unable to fall asleep because you keep picturing the accident, the scenario of your injury over and over before bed, I encourage you to try to write it out. Write down, if you can, handwrite. If not, maybe type or even use your phone to do dictate, talk to text. But write down the scenario as if it was a play. Write down all of the things you saw, the sounds you heard, whatever happened right before your accident that caused your injury. And why do I say this? Taking the time to write down the story of what occurred will help you get that out of the mental mind and kind of out of the body and out of your energetic space. So does it help? I can report, and in my upcoming book, it's actually in one of the chapters of my upcoming book about how this helped me. I noticed, I wrote down the story of what happened, word for word, person for person, sound for sound, nasty detail after nasty detail of the whole story of the accident. The next night, I went up to my little guest room to go to sleep. I closed my eyes and I drifted. And I will tell you, I did not replay the accident over and over and over and over again as vividly as I was prior to writing down the story of the accident. So writing down the story helps you sort of let it go. As I said, you get the thoughts out of the mind, you get the picture out of that vision, and you let it go energetically. You can take that story, if you did really write it on a piece of paper, or even if you print the paper out, you could take that story, you can rip it up a lot, you can maybe burn it in a fire and do a sort of ceremony of letting go. But I do want to encourage you, if the story of the accident, of the scenario of your injury is replaying like a broken record over and over in your head, try writing down about it. Getting those thoughts out of the head and onto paper, whatever type of paper you go with. So leave a question if you have questions about this and need clarity around the exercise. Comments below, have you ever tried writing down the story of something that, happened negatively in your life, and did it help? And finally, if you're curious about receiving more resources, continuing to connect with me, perhaps getting on my email subscription list, or even working with me as a client one-on-one for private yoga and Qigong sessions, visit me over at my website, which is my name, ElizabethScala.com. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you again next time.